Hey, what's up, guys? And well, this shouldn't surprise anyone here, but they effed up again, and it's just funny going into the week, wondering how they're gonna top what they did in the last episode, because they don't fail to disappoint in every episode. Like how they're gonna make Obi Wan worse. So this episode has Obi Wan and Leia and a bunch of refugees trying to hold out from Vader and Rey, who have them trapped in now, and trying to end this once and for all. So before I get into the dislikes, and there's a lot of dislikes, I'll get into the only gem in this episode. It was finally nice to see Hayden in it, because I know that was a big advertisement for this show. It is, they're bringing back Hayden, and it was nice to see him in there. It was some like flashback with Obi-Wan and Hayden doing a lightsaber mock battle, just showing that, how much, even in his early days, Hayden only cared about winning. Or Anakin, I should say. Anakin only really cared about winning, and to do it at all costs. And you saw how far he's willing to take that. Literally losing like his whole limbs and being like burnt to a crisp. But that was nice to see. But it also goes into one of the dislikes is they brought him back, which is nice, but they didn't de-age him at all for the time period. We know it's something they can easily do. They literally bring back dead people, but they couldn't de-age Hayden. So I don't see any reason why they didn't, because it just looks so awkward, because he looks like older than Obi-Wan, or at some point, like he's this 40-year-old man, just when he's supposed to be like 20. So that was really painful to just watch, because you're just watching this old man, or this 40-year-old man when he's supposed to be 20, and when it's like, why didn't you just de-age him? It's just, he had so much money and time, and why didn't you just... It just seems such an oversight. And I can't even call it an oversight because it just looks so obvious. But anyways, that's only like a minor thing in comparison to the rest of the episode. Like, for example, why was Leia the only one that could fix the hangar doors? Because in the episode, the hangar doors get jammed, so none of them can leave. And that's why they're trapped there. I mean, don't worry about the Star Destroyer hanging above you. It's the hangar doors that are trapping you in there. But okay. But anyways, she's the only one that can fix it somehow. And the excuse was she's the only one that could fit in the vent. And it's like, well, okay, I guess it's something that's been used before. It's only she's smaller. The kids only can fit in the vent. Okay, so they get her up there, and it's literally in arm's reach. The panel, they move the panel, and the panel, she just sits like right in there. It's like, dude, you can reach in there. Or there's no. You're like, why is she the only one that could fix it? Maybe they were kind of hinting at that, and I know they kind of hinted at that, because she's, as soon as that problem came, it's like, oh no, the hangar doors are jammed and no one can fix it. She jumps up like, I can. Like, you're 10. I mean, maybe, but you're not Jimmy Neutron, boy genius here that fixes everything and knows everything that needs to be done. Like, when you're already like a big know-it-all already, and people don't really like you, it doesn't make us like you more. And like I said, there could have been something. They could have been something where they had the panel further in, and they needed some guy to direct her around or something. I don't. It's just something. It was the whole thing was just really dumb, and I just hated it. And then during that period where she's fixing it, Obi-Wan and Rey are having some conversation. Of course, it is revealed that she's the good guy, and she was one of the people stabbed, during Order 66, and somehow she survived that. But anyway, she's going around like, oh, if I've hated Vader the whole time, and I'm just climbing the ranks so I can go kill him. So at some point, I don't know when's the point. Like, how many people do you have to kill before you're ready to employ this plan or whatever plan? I don't think she has a plan other than, I have no idea. She just said at some point, she's like, I'm gonna kill him. Like, okay. At what point are you gonna do this? Because you've hunted down how many Jedi? You have them all locked up. Like, I don't understand. But anyways, this kind of reveals that it's a whole bait and switch point where she's the good guy. She's gonna be the good guy the whole time, and Obi-Wan's not really the good guy in it. And it was, it's not a shocking thing that they want to push Rey to be the good guy the whole time, the strong person that lived through Order 66, and she's so strong. Then Rey cuts through the door lock, and I just don't know why she just didn't do that the whole time. It seems like you could have done that at any point, but whatever. So now they're getting pushed back into the hangar area, and this is where Tala makes the ultimate sacrifice. And you can't have Tala or people like that just make a sacrifice that's supposed to be some huge emotional payoff thing when she's literally been introduced only like an episode ago. So like, no one cares about her. Her sacrificing herself means nothing because we literally just met her. She's no like legacy character or some character from another, one of the animated shows or something. She from somewhere. That you can't just have some character kill themselves basically as soon as you meet them, and for us to care. Like, we don't care. Maybe the whole sacrifice was supposed to be big because she sacrificed herself for the white man. I don't know. It was supposed to be some huge emotional payoff, and it just wasn't at all. I just, oh well, she's dead. Okay, that's, no one cares. And then after this point, Obi Wan gets captured, and then they come up with a plan to take Vader down somehow. I don't know why they just didn't do this when they were talking earlier, but I'm guessing this was, I don't know, maybe because there's a bunch of the soldiers around, but they don't really care about stuff making sense. So like, what does it matter? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Fuck it. But anyways, so Vader comes down and they have him hiding behind the blast doors. So they open the blast doors and there's only like 2 guards watching him for some reason. They wouldn't. Yeah, that doesn't. That was just. And you open the doors so that you have like a whole garrison there, but you only have like 2 people watching him. Okay, so they go in there, and then we get to the arguably the most coolest thing in this episode was when the ship was trying to take off. Vader was just holding it and basically forced it down, ripped it apart with the Force. I mean, it kind of looked like a scene out of what was that game, The Force Unleashed, and that's maybe where they got it from. And yeah, it looked really cool, but I don't know, it kind of just really kind of wrecks some of the things like these guys can do, like the way like some people died, or like especially the way he dies and gets hit by things. Like, there's a lot more you could have done, but I don't know, it kind of just ruins the continuity of some things. Like, oh, if you could do that, but further down the line you couldn't do other things. That's a problem with doing some sort of like prequel things, is that you're kind of limited to what the character could do earlier or later. So when you have him earlier, he can't he can't be the Force Unleashed, doing super like stunts and all that stuff. And now we come to the end of the episode, which is, does it surprise me how much they keep pulling the carpet from underneath us. So the whole point was to let Obi-Wan escape to distract Vader, but when Obi-Wan escapes, the whole time Rey wasn't like attacking him or doing some sneak attack. She like literally waited until he was gone and he was looking up at the ship going away. So it just like, why'd you wait until he was Obi-Wan was gone? The whole point was to use him as a distraction. Why would you literally wait until it was over? Like, you missed your shot. That's the whole point of a distraction, to hit him when he's distracted. He's not distracted anymore. He's gone. Like, watching that was like, what are you doing? You're trying to sneak up behind him, like after he's already just sitting there waiting. And then her going to like toe to toe with Vader, where he didn't have a lightsaber. Like the whole time he was just like pushing around with the Force. I mean, that was kind of cool. It was cool seeing him like toy around with her. Well, like she's hitting with everything she got. It was kind of a bit too long for me. Like, Vader wouldn't really do that. I don't think he would. He doesn't really toy around with the people. He just takes them down as quickly as he can. And if you can like do that much with the Force with her, like he's just pushing her around and all that, why wouldn't he just like hold her down? Like, that's already proven that you can. He did it with Obi-Wan, so it was kind of just weird to me that you're just playing around with her with the Force. And then I just said, I don't know where his lightsaber was. He didn't have his lightsaber on him. Like, he always carries that thing around with him, so why do you have to rip hers in half and use it? That's all I was wondering the whole time. Like, where the hell is your lightsaber? And then it was revealed after Vader Peter that the Grand Inquisitor survived somehow, which I'm not initially upset about, because him getting stabbed like that, but being dead immediately, was like, I guess because the way some people die, like Darth Maul literally got chopped in half and he lived. So but other people just seem to get stab wounds in the stomach and they all died. So I'm not gonna argue. Just okay. You can't really argue with that too much. There's some things that are okay in the Star Wars canon that aren't Disney, and we just seem to be okay with it. So I'll let that I won't harp on that too much. I'll just whatever, I guess. But this is the second time her getting stabbed to death, like stabbed. So I don't know how many times she gets stabbed and lived. And of course, she survived because she finds the message thing that what's his face did to reveal that Leia has a brother. So now she knows there's another one. And I don't know why Obi-Wan wouldn't have deleted that immediately. Like, why would he keep that message around? Like, someone's just probably gonna find that later. So it was kind of stupid. Like, you wouldn't delete that stuff immediately. You're not there to protect him. You don't know, like, no one's there to protect him anymore. So why the hell would he keep evidence like that around just for someone to find it? I don't know. There's a lot of stupid things going on here that make no sense. And on top of that, it didn't make sense. Okay, it already doesn't make sense that Leia was in the archives, but why wouldn't Luke be in the archives? They were, they're twins. It doesn't make sense that they both wouldn't be in the archives at all. I don't know. You can't question like logic in this show because it's just gonna hurt your brain. And the show still, like, these shows have a real problem of feeling so heavily rushed because they got like 6 episodes, and that's probably like one of the huge issues I have with these shows that Disney's doing is they just keep pumping them out so quick. They're so worried about having stuff on Disney Plus than worrying actually having good stuff on it. It's just real bad watching this, and I'm glad there's only one more episode left because, oh boy, it's really hard to watch. And I'm glad, like I said, there's only one more episode. But anyways, comment below what you thought of the episode and where you think the last episode's going to be at. I mean, I'm guessing that she'll be the hero at the story at the end because she's going to go there. Something's going to be revealed. You know what? You know what it is? I have a feeling that they know she's alive, and watch Vader put a track on her now, like she put a tracker on Leia, and she's gonna go down, and then that's gonna track. I don't know. I have a feeling it might be the Grand Inquisitor. I don't think it'll be Vader. I think the Grand Inquisitor will be following her around, and that's who I think it will be. And they'll have a final showdown once again, and then she'll kill him, and then she'll like, wow, we gotta protect these ones, and then she's gonna go off somewhere. I don't know, either to distract Vader from the planet or something, so he can go off somewhere else. That's what I'm guessing. But anyways, thanks for watching. Comment below what you thought, and we're getting close to the end here. So anyways, thanks for watching.